Have you ever thought something healthy could actually be hurting you? Imagine sitting down for breakfast thinking you're making the right choice for your body, only to find out it might be quietly worsening your gout. It's like filling up your car with what looks like premium fuel, but inside, it's slowly clogging the engine. Surprising, isn't it? Today, I'm going to reveal the food many seniors consider good for you, but for people with gout, it can trigger painful flare-ups without you even realizing it. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to avoid, what to enjoy instead, and how to protect your joints, energy, and overall well-being. Before we dive in, take a moment to subscribe. That way, you won't miss life-changing health tips for seniors like you. I know that after 60, managing your health can feel like a puzzle you can't quite solve. Maybe you've noticed sudden flare-ups in your joints, sharp, stabbing pain in your big toe, swelling in your ankles, or stiffness that slows you down. You try to eat healthy, follow advice from labels or magazines, yet the pain keeps coming back. Sound familiar? Here's the frustrating truth. Some foods that seem perfectly healthy, foods you might even consider staples, can actually make gout worse. They quietly raise uric acid in your blood and triggering painful attacks without warning. Does that sound like you? You're not alone. I've seen so many seniors doing their best to eat well, only to find that their good choices were secretly sabotaging their joints, energy, and overall well-being. But the good news is this. Once you know exactly which foods to avoid and what to enjoy instead, you can start protecting your joints and regaining your energy. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how. I'm Dr. Jonathan Miller, a geriatric specialist, and I've spent over 30 years helping seniors manage exactly these kinds of health challenges. I've seen firsthand how even the most careful diets can sometimes backfire, especially when it comes to gout and joint pain. My passion is simple. I want every senior to enjoy life without being held back by pain, fatigue, or frustration. I've dedicated my career to uncovering hidden truths in nutrition and helping people make choices that truly protect their bodies. Let me share the story of one of my patients, John. He's 70, full of life, and used to spend her mornings gardening and her afternoons walking with her dog. But over the past few years, she started experiencing joint flare-ups that made even simple tasks, like reaching for a cup or climbing a short flight of stairs, feel exhausting. Nothing she tried seemed to help. She adjusted her diet, took supplements, and even tried gentle exercises, yet the pain and swelling kept coming back. Maybe you've noticed something similar in your own routine? Perhaps you felt that frustration of doing everything right and still facing setbacks. John's story is exactly why I want to share what I discovered, because sometimes even foods we consider healthy can secretly make gout worse. And once we uncovered the real culprit in her diet, everything started to change. John, 70, used to start his days with long walks and tinkering in his garage. He loved staying active and spending time with his grandchildren. Then slowly things changed. Morning stiffness in his knees, sharp flare-ups in his big toe, days when even standing up felt exhausting. He tried everything, adjusting his diet, taking supplements, walking gently, but nothing seemed to help. The frustration was overwhelming. Simple joys became challenges. And here's the kicker. The very foods he believed were healthy were actually triggering these painful gout attacks, silently sabotaging his joints. Maybe you felt something similar? Perhaps a food you trusted left you sore, tired, or frustrated, even when you were trying so hard to eat right. John's story is a reminder that gout can be sneaky. But once we discovered the real culprit in his diet and made targeted changes, relief began. Flare-ups became less frequent, energy returned, and he could enjoy walks and time with family again, free from the constant worry of another painful attack. Thank you for staying with me this far. I know you care about your health, and that's exactly why you're here, because you want to live fully without being held back by painful gout flare-ups. Here's a truth that surprises many. Some foods we think of as healthy can quietly trigger those sudden sharp attacks in the joints. They hide in plain sight, appearing on grocery shelves or in recipes we trust, yet for sensitive individuals, they can raise uric acid and inflame the joints. Seafood is a prime example. Varieties like anchovies, sardines, mackerel, and shellfish, such as shrimp and mussels, are often considered nutritious. They got rich in protein and omega-3 fatty acids. However, they are also very high in purines, compounds that the body converts into uric acid. For instance, anchovies contain approximately 126 milligrams of purines per 100 grams, and sardines about 145 milligrams per 100 grams. Consuming these in large amounts can significantly elevate uric acid levels, leading to painful flare-ups. But it's not just about eliminating these foods, it's about making informed choices. Opting for lower purine seafood like salmon, cod, or haddock can provide the benefits of seafood without the associated risks. For example, salmon contains around 75 milligrams of purines per 100 grams, making it a safer choice for those with gout. Fruits are another area where misconceptions can arise. While fruits are generally healthy, some, especially dried varieties like raisins, prunes, and canned cherries, are high in fructose. Fructose metabolism can increase uric acid production in the liver, potentially triggering gout attacks. However, not all fruits are problematic. Fresh cherries, particularly tart varieties, have been shown to reduce the risk of gout attacks. A study found that consuming cherries over a 2-day period was associated with a 35% lower risk of gout attacks compared to no intake. Incorporating such fruits into your diet can be beneficial, but moderation is key. Now, I want you to pause for a moment. Think about your own diet. Which foods might be quietly contributing to your discomfort or triggering your last flare-up? Could even one thoughtful change, like switching to lower purine seafood or moderating high fructose fruits, reduce the next painful attack? John experienced this firsthand. He didn't completely overhaul his diet overnight. Instead, he began by swapping just 1 or 2 foods at a time, tracking his flare-ups and observing how his body responded. Gradually, the stiffness in his joints decreased, his energy levels improved, and simple pleasures like walking in the park or playing with his grandchildren became enjoyable again. The key insight here is that managing gout isn't about perfection. It's about understanding how your body reacts to specific foods and making consistent, informed choices. Recognizing that something as seemingly healthy as certain seafood or fruits can be harmful in excess requires awareness, patience, and a willingness to experiment thoughtfully with your diet. Finally, I encourage you to make a personal commitment. After hearing these insights, will you identify at least one dietary change to implement this week? Writing it in the comments can help solidify your promise and create accountability, and even one small step can set you on a path toward less pain, more energy, and greater enjoyment of life. So let's take a moment to bring it all together. We've learned that even foods we think of as healthy, certain types of seafood and high fructose fruits, can quietly trigger gout flare-ups. Anchovies, sardines, shrimp, and mussels are all high in purines, and dried or canned fruits like raisins and cherries can spike uric acid if consumed in excess. The good news is, you don't have to give up everything you enjoy. Choosing lower purine seafood like salmon, cod, or haddock, and opting for fresh fruits with lower fructose content allows you to maintain a nutritious, enjoyable diet while protecting your joints. Drinking plenty of water or unsweetened herbal teas further supports your body in flushing excess uric acid. Think back to John. He didn't have to make drastic changes overnight. He started small, swapping one high purine seafood for a safer alternative, adjusting the portions of certain fruits, and increasing hydration. Gradually, his joint stiffness eased, flare-ups became less frequent, and he regained energy to enjoy walks in the park and play with his grandchildren. If John could do it, so can you. Now I'd like you to reflect for a moment. After listening to today's tips, do you feel ready to make a commitment to change something in your diet or lifestyle? Even a small adjustment, a single swap or portion change, can have a big impact over time. Writing it in the comments can be the first step toward accountability and real progress. Remember, managing gout is not about perfection. It's about awareness, consistency, and informed choices. Recognizing hidden triggers in your diet, understanding how your body reacts, and making deliberate adjustments empowers you to take control of your health and enjoy life again. So pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, which of these changes feels most doable for you this week? Maybe it's switching one seafood meal, moderating fruit intake, or simply increasing water consumption. Whatever it is, making that promise to yourself is the first step toward fewer flare-ups, more energy, and greater confidence in your health. I'd love to hear from you. What's been your biggest challenge with managing gout? Sharing your story in the comments can help not only you, but also others who might be struggling with the same issues. If you found today's tips helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit. That way, you won't miss my next insights on healthy aging, nutrition, and joint care after 60. Remember, even small, consistent changes can lead to real improvements in your energy, mobility, and overall quality of life. Keep reflecting on what you can adjust, keep track of your progress, and celebrate every little win. This is Dr. Jonathan Miller. Thank you for spending this time with me, and until next time, take care of your health and cherish your mobility. Your body will thank you.